Thank you. That was that was so hilarious.
Technical difficulties.
Wow. Let me just sip on the tea. We'll
I'll
see
sit with
if
you.
you know. I don't know why the thing does that, you know.
No, it's because, it's to focus.
This was so funny.
There's everybody.
Hi guys. Sorry I'm a bit late, so I don't I was live doing a video. Sister Rachel, how are you? How are you and the kids doing? So hi Sister Tina. So I was live doing a video and then I'm like, there's nobody watching the video. There's nobody, not knowing I was on the wrong channel. I was just recording and hi everyone. I'm sipping on some tea. God bless you all. I hope you all, everyone, Helen Hairstyles, thank you. Agnes, thank you. I hope you are having a fantastic day. You and your family are doing fabulous, waxing strong and stronger in the Lord, because I am looking fabulous and I am blessed as well. So today's video is going to be, thank you, Sister Tina. Is this Sister Tina from Pillar of Zion Church? Philista. Bree, hi. So yes, I'm going to be becoming babe, what did you title this video?
Becoming a great wife.
Becoming a great wife. Oh, you're not from, okay. Becoming a great, oh, this is Tina Santi. The other one is Tina Anane. Thank you, thank you. So becoming a great wife, and don't look at me be like, I got it all together. No, I have not got it all together. God is still working on me and still doing wondrous. What I say wonders through me, because I'm trying to read and write at the time. So before we go into today's what we want to talk about, and ladies, I need feedbacks from you. If you're a man, I need feedback from you. I just want to recap a little bit about how my keto diet is going. So guys, it's going fabulous so far, but hi Dorcas. The diet has been going so far. I'm still losing weight. You know, my stomach, my tummy is like very, very flat. Like I can't lift my dress to show you, but I'm not sucking it in. But my stomach is like very, very flat. So I went from 163.1 pound to 154, and then I'm back at 156 because this is what happened.
It's not my fault.
Stephen is saying it's not his fault, but he's partially to be blamed. I made WAAKYE, right? The WAAKYE was so good, like literally, it was so. I'm not patting myself, but I make some really good WAAKYE, and so I ended up having a little bit. So, and you know the keto diet is no carbs, so I ended up having some of the WAAKYE. And yesterday was World Donut Day, if you didn't know. National Donut Day. So Stevie went and got donut, and then they gave him a free donut, and he got one for me. He's supposed to be helping me, but he's sabotaging me. So now I know who my weight loss, I wouldn't say enemies. So
Frenemy.
if you do it, I'm trying to like just do it to lose weight, and then a little bit of weight, then I will just do intermittent fasting. So as it is, I am doing keto. I'm doing keto with intermittent fasting, so that's what I've been doing. But that is all for now. So let's dive in. Being or becoming a great wife. Why I chose this topic, I have no idea, but we're going to talk. It's girls talk. So I know a lot of people look up to me like, you know, this woman, she has it all together, you know, nice man and all that. But it took a long time for me to get to where I am today, because I was one of those wives that, you know, I was working, I was making my own money, what the world will now call boss chick. Okay, so I was working, I was making my own money. Like I wouldn't even want when we're dating Steven, my husband now, I wouldn't even want him to buy anything for me or do anything for me, because I didn't want him to think, you know, I mean, I'm there for the money or something. So I was working and making my own money, and that was while we're dating. When we're married, it did not change. I still was good old Stella. So I will want to do things for myself, not asking for help, you know, be my own boss chick and all that. That's what I'm saying. Do not, like one of our ministers would say, don't let God humble you. You know, it took the grace of God for me to, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working, but I feel like mine was so disrespecting to the point that, you know, I'm going to put myself out there. If you can do everything for yourself, you don't need a man's help. You can talk to a man anyhow you want. You know, you can talk to him anyhow, treat him anyhow you want. So that was mine. That was me. Like, so don't look at me be like, ooh, shoot, she got it together. No, I came with some baggage, but Stevie was so, I don't know the kind of heart God gave him. He was so patient. He was so, if he's still loving me, he was still surprised me. You know, I will scold him after getting the surprise. You know, I am my own man. I have my own money. Like, I don't need you to do anything for me. But it's taken a while for me to know that becoming a great wife, you know, there's a say that good, better, best. May I never rest until my good is better. You know, so it took, I've been praying to God to work on me. I mean, I have tremendously, babe, have I changed or not?
Absolutely.
So I don't know why this thing keeps zooming in, but YouTube, whatever you got going on,
Because you're moving.
That's because I'm moving. Okay. Yeah. Stevie says that's because I'm moving, so I'm going to try and be still. So yes, that is a little bit about my own background. So don't think like, you know, I mean, you come into marriage, everything is great. There is some working on, but bring it closer so I can read. You wish they had donut day in Nigeria. See, that is good. So yes, it took working on me to do it. That's what I'm saying. You know, today they will say, you know, feminist or something. I'm not speaking against them, but now, like, I am so old fashioned. I like to, like, you know, cook food and serve it on the table. I know some women will say they don't have time, they're working class women and all that, and so food is in the fridge, microwave it. And I'm not saying, you know, we have made it to the point where we say submitting to your husband is negative, and actually it's actually not right. I actually like serving. Why? Okay, so I actually like serving, you know, there's something like, you know, if you want to be a leader, you must sit first, serve. So we are trying to see if it's mine. Stephen is literally like cleaning my the lens with his shirt, like literally. So yes, where am I going with this? No one was born a great wife. I believe if you read the book of Proverbs 31, I don't think that woman got there overnight. The Proverbs 31 woman. If you guys have not read about her, you should read about her. I don't think that woman got there overnight. It took some working on her for her to get to the place where she is. So now I'm so old fashioned. Like, I will still do things, you know, just cook the food. Some of you might, disagree that that's not old fashioned. That's still that. I still cook the food, put it on the table. In fact, I tell Stephen he's so spoiled, he will just eat and get out. He will not even pick. And that's not him being lazy. That's just him. That's how I treat him, you know. I just serve the food, he eats. No matter what, I have to. If I'm on the phone, thank you. If I'm on the phone, like I'm praying, I'm working on things. Like, I read, those of you, I don't know, I did a video about this book, A Woman After God's Own Heart. Stephen got this book for me. Like, I would never have gone there to search for a book. Like, I'll tell you the truth, I'm one of those African women that don't like to read. I put it out there. So Stephen got me this book. I don't know why, but he got me this book. I read it. I was reading it. He got it for me last year. But I was reading it, I traveled, I was reading it on a plane, and I left it on a plane. So he decided to get me a new one this year, and I'm already done with it. And go vegan. I try to do plant-based as well. So yes, I finished reading this book, and it gave me a whole lot of insight and all that. So now what I try to do now is, when Stephen is coming home, and no matter what I'm doing, because I feel like when he works like he's supposed to work 8 hours a day, but these days of late he's been working like 12 hours. So I feel like when he's at work and I'm home, like right now I'm home, I'm gonna go back to work, but not right now. But right now I'm home because I have to come home for some reason. When he goes to work, you know, and he spends 12 hours at work, that means I have that 12 hours I need to fit in that 12 hours, whatever it is that I need to get done in that day. So if there's church activity I need to do, if there is prayer I need to pray, if there's reading I need to read, if there's grocery I need to do, if there's food I need to cook, whatever that I need to get done within that 12 hours, it has to be done. And then what Stevie likes to call us time. So whenever he comes home, he is the center of attraction, you know. He's the center of, like, I mean, the house and everything. I have to drop everything, no matter if it's home for, even if I'm in service. Like I said, even if I'm in church service, I'm going to have to excuse myself and pray to God for mercy. Because I personally believe that if your husband has been God that long and service is at that time, you don't need to neglect. These books also, yes, I know it will change when children comes in, but this Elizabeth, her name is Elizabeth George. She covers that too. Like, this is not advertisement. Like, I read this book, I was like, I had places like highlighted and everything in the book. And this woman had 2 kids, right? She has like 2 daughters, and she was raising them. What the thing is, you know, our Christians on here, like this, you know, God, Christ is the head of the family, and the husband is the head. You know that Christ is the head of the church, and your husband is representing Christ in the family. So a lot of us like overlook that, and we don't really even pay attention. That's why sometimes I say, you know, God wants to work on me before kids come, you know, so that I need to know what I need to know, so that I don't have misplaced priorities. So like I was saying, within that 12-hour window, Stephen is here saying, yeah, that's my wife, yeah. So within that 12-hour window, I need to get whatever it is that I'm getting done. So if it's church that you need to go to, unless it's activities that you two need to do. But if, because he works Monday through Friday, you know, so you just need to have time. You don't need to be on the phone, be with friends when he comes home and he feels neglected, or even when you have kids. I mean, this lady, like, she got down to really like how she takes care of her kids before her husband comes home, what she does in order to spend time with her husband. And her husband was a minister as well, and was, I think, also in the service as well. If I say in the service, in the military as well. So that is what I've been doing to help me to make him feel like, thank you, Grace, to make him know, not feel like, to make him know that it's important. And the one way I also show him that I love him is, you know, it's like communicating in my actions, in my duties as a wife. I'm not the greatest, I'm saying, but I'm still working on myself. A lot of us have a tendency, like, and I'm not here saying, but I'm not saying no, church is not good, but a lot of us are here are so engrossed in church activities. Some of our sisters are so engrossed in church activities that they neglect their home duties. Then all they are doing is 24/7, you know, praying, whether the husband is going to eat, whether the kids are going to eat. And also you have to remember, those of you that have kids, I'm not here to condemn you or anything. You know, kids will grow up. You know, my dad is never thought in his wildest dream that all his 7 kids are going to grow up and move out of the house. The kids are going to grow up. So you don't want in a situation whereby there's a gap between, I'm not a counselor, but this is what I am. I mean, by the special grace of God is entrusted in my hand, and so far my experience. So I'm not like some certified counselor or something, okay? And I've not been married for a long time. So the little I know is the little that I want to share with my sisters and brothers out there who want peace in their marriage, who want a loving husband. So yes, I am very old-fashioned, traditional when it comes to my marriage, my home. So yes, you want to make a time. You don't want to focus on the kids too much, that when the kids move out, they go to college, then it's like you are now trying to build a relationship with your husband. Your husband should not even be left in the dark while you have kids, whether there's kids, there's no kids. You know, you are praying. Most of us are praying seriously. God doesn't even answer our prayers because we have neglected our duties. We have neglected our duties. So most of us, we know, we are praying, we are saying we are living a holy life, but God does not even recognize us because most of us have neglected our homely duty. We will come, we will not even face the table. Honey, food is in the fridge. If you are even home, if you are at work or you're busy, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you are home, your husband is, you know, he should know that he's important. Honey, you are man. You are, you know, the thing is, she had in this book. Let me see. She had a way that she had arranged it. You know, it's God. You know, God first, her husband second, her children third, and every other thing. So when my husband, after I have prayed, and my husband comes home, and somebody calls me, or there's something I need to talk to you about. Like my sister will call me, like she always does. There's something I need to talk to you about. I should not leave number 2 to go to number 5 on the list. It's not done. Unless maybe your husband comes home and right away he's busy. Then you have to even have a time limit on how long you're going to be on the phone. And I'm saying, like, I'm still learning. I read this book and I'm like, now I know why Stevie got the book for me. I don't know if maybe there was something I was doing wrong, and he reviewed the book. So he decided to buy it for me. So it's good. Read books. I'm telling you, you read books that are written by godly women that advises you on how to build a better home. People can create something without investing time, energy, and effort in it. But you know, to build something, you know, you want that thing to be solid. You know, you want that thing to be solid. So you are going to try and use the best tools, the best items to build that thing you want to build, whether it's a home, it's a marriage, to build it to last. I said, everybody can make a home, but you know, it takes a godly woman to create one. So now, I don't know what this book is about. It's called Free of Me, Putting Others First. That Stevie got for me. I'm like, Kenny, when Stevie says he has a gift for me, I'm not that I don't appreciate it, I'm not just too excited, because I'm like, who buys his wife's books as a gift? My husband does. So, and I've grown to like appreciate it after the wisdom I got from a woman after God's own heart. And this, she just doesn't write the book. She quotes scriptures. She uses scriptures. So let us know what is important. Because most of us, in my local language, in Chi, they say, fata. But most of us are doing near fata. You know, most of us are doing things that are not that important. And the important ones we are looking, we are not looking into it. So if you are single, you want to get married, it is time for you to work on yourself. Get some books, because now I will tell you, men are scared to go into marriage because they look around them, they look at the world, they look at everything that is going on, and everybody is scared. The woman too is the same thing. That is why you have to educate yourself. You have to pray to God to lead you to the right person, because marriage is not something that, you know, it's heartbreaking. You know, people that, you know, I loved you at first, but 15 years down the line, I don't love you anymore. So that is something, when you are getting married, you have to put in the back of your mind. Forever and ever, it's a very long time. Am I willing to do this with this person? Am I willing to go this far with this person? Nobody gets into a marriage to get divorced. Like, nobody. That is why you have to take your time. There's no rushing into it. There's no rushing into it. A lot of people, thank you, Interracial, a lot of people have rushed into it and they have regretted it. You might see, when you be like, oh, I don't worship my husband, I don't worship him, but I am doing my duty as a wife. That is why, even if you read in the book of Titus, it's saying in the book of Titus, I even said we have to read that book again. So if you read the book of Titus, the Bible is saying even the old women in the church, have to be an example that the younger ones will learn from. They have to be inspirational to the younger. So find a Proverbs 31 woman. After I read the book, and it says find a Proverbs 31 woman and learn from her. My mother is not here. My mother doesn't live with me in America, but I speak to her whenever I get the chance to speak to. But sometimes, you know, you need somebody physically present. My mother is that Proverbs 31 woman because I learned from her. Excuse me. But then another person was my mother-in-law. Like, she is a description of the Proverbs 31 woman, because she hems all our clothes. She does everything, yard work. She does it all. So I went to her and I even asked her if she has read the Proverbs 31 woman. She went and she read it. So if I have questions, and she's been with my father-in-law, they've been together for 40 plus, I believe, 40 plus years. So such person, you know, and you see them, they're always in love, and those are the kind of people you want to learn from. Those are the kind of people you want to learn from. But some of us are so stuck up there. We are so self-righteous, especially some of my sisters. We are so self-righteous that we judge the physical appearance. Like, oh, I wouldn't want to talk to this person because they're living a lifestyle. They're living this kind of lifestyle. Don't look at their lifestyle. They might have wisdom. God can even use a mad person on the streets to talk to you. Thank you. God can even use a mad person on the street to speak to you. It's the wisdom. What are you getting from it. Most of us have like overlooked the physical appearance, and a lot of us have missed out on like some of life's greatest opportunities. So find a Proverbs 31 woman and learn the wisdom of God and how she, you know, because sometimes men don't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, I can tell that from my husband. So I'm like, tell him the truth, because my husband will tell me I'm so blunt. Like even the way I'll ask for certain things is like, you could have put it this way, and I'm still praying on that. So men, you know, oh, I don't want to hurt my wife's feelings and all that. And if it's weight that you need to lose good, and your husband say, don't say it as if, you know, oh, you don't find me attractive. Don't take offense. Like me, I'll tell myself, I'm like, honey, my husband has never ever said, you know, you look fat or something. But I know, I mean, how I was when I met him. And I'm not saying that because I want to maintain myself. No, but health wise, to be able to do things, so if your husband is saying, oh honey, I mean, if you lose a couple of pounds, it will be health wise, what is wrong with that? But a lot of women will read meaning into weight, and he's with you, he's married you because he loves you, no matter what. I know that now in our generation, people get married with like different ulterior motives. So if me, I'll tell Steve, I'm like, look dude, I know I've gained weight and all that. Steve doesn't even care. Like, I'll just be there. I'm like, I'm working out, I need to be healthy. For me, I feel better, because when I gained weight, I saw how my self-esteem, no matter how strong you are, I saw how my self-esteem, you know, I look at myself and I'm not, it's like, whose body is this? Like, I'm not comfortable in this body. This is not me. This is not my usual weight. So I'm not, and your self-esteem, believe it or not, tends to suffer. But then, this is not about weight loss, but then I really want to lose weight so that, you know, I mean, I feel better about myself. I'm healthy. I have more energy, because the more weight I put on, you know, I have less energy. I really don't want to do much because all the time I'm tired. But then when I'm at my goal, I have more energy. I have time to do things. So yes, women out there, find nobody was, I mean, born perfect. We all have to learn. Okay, we all have to learn from one another. Sorry, you have to learn from people that have gone ahead of you. you have to, I mean, learn from people that have gone ahead of you. Steven is here, you know, you see his hand, it's like, give me water to drink. Yes, and spend time, you know. Most of us got married. And it's like, we don't even do nice things anymore. I remember when I first got married, you know, newly married couple and all that, like, you know, I would do like a candlelight dinner for Steven, and when he would come home, and, you know, at that time, you know, I was working at the hospital, so I had time. I'll come home early. I would do a candlelight dinner, he would enjoy it, and then we would take it a step further. You know what I mean, those that are married. But now I sit down and I'm like, oh my, I don't even do this anymore. Like, you know, I don't even do this. And it's not like he doesn't even do things for me. Like today he wants to cook me dinner, and I'm like, don't cook dinner for me, I can cook it myself. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh God, please have mercy upon me. And I told him, I'm like, you know, you can make me dinner. I'm so used to doing things for myself. I'm so used to, you know, it's me. And so having somebody there and say, it's okay, let me take care of you, it's a bit difficult. And so it's a process that God is still working on me, and I will get there someday. So if you want to be treated good, you want to be treated like the queen you are, treat your man with respect. Be submissive. Don't listen to the word standard of submission. Don't listen. You are not a slave. You love this person enough to marry him or her. That person should be your best friend. Whatever happens in your marriage needs to stay in your marriage. No third party, not even your mother, not even, I don't care, your buddy, your best friend, your twin. If you came out the same, maybe a minute apart or seconds apart, he is now, a man shall leave his father's house and will cling onto his wife, and the two shall become one. I did not say it. The Bible said it. It's in the book of Genesis, okay? So that's your partner. That's your best friend. Every decision you take, you run it by him. He runs it by you. You work together as a team. Most of us are out there busy working. busy working to build somebody else's dream. You know, we are putting in these hours for the company. We are making sure the company is on Fortune 5. We are just making sure that it is recognized by the town as the best, you know, place to work. We are putting in all this when the most important things, we leave it behind. You know, you go home, oh honey, I'm so busy, I'm so stuck up, I can't do dinner. You just grab anything, I know, frozen food, anything, and then just throw it together and then let the man eat. Let your husband enjoy. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook. Do something. And and learn how to cook. There's something, even if you ask the greatest leaders in the world, even if you're a Christian, you're gonna say, okay, I'm not a Christian. Even if you ask the greatest leaders, a great leadership is being a servant leadership or steward leadership. Read some of the greatest book out there, even by John Maxwell. Read some of the greatest leaders out there. They will tell you. So take that same knowledge. And most of us, you know, it's so funny that this is what the leaders are telling us. And most Christians, that's what they say. That is what the Bible said, have been teaching us also. So these people are taking, that is why sometimes you see a lot of people, you know, they are in the word and they are saying, you know, sinners, and they know, they take what we have refused to take from the Bible. They take it and they run with it. And then we see them doing, it's not everything, it's not everyone that, you know, you got blessing. And then some people are blessed. They understand the concept of hard work. They understand the concept of putting time in and building things. And the world they do understand that, but most of us, it's like, you know, if you fail, you learn from it. That is the whole purpose. Don't look at somebody's life and be mimicking it. We are all too different. What works for them will not work for you. What works for them will not work for you. So be your own person. You know, make it like, for me, I made several mistakes. So, you want to say something? Mm-mm. Be your own person and learn. So I don't know if anyone has some questions or contribution you can make. And another thing is, I don't know if this will be a video for another day. I saw a live video for another day. I saw a video out there some time ago about like a man, you know, complaining about African women, you know, and when I see such videos, like, it breaks my heart about, you know, how some African women will come from Africa, the man will go and bring them from Africa, they will come here, excuse me, they will come here, get a job, leave the man, and some of them are being murdered by their own husbands and things like that. And I don't know if that is due to bad influence. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys have heard such stories before. I don't know if it's to bad influence, if it's to peer pressure, because I don't know how a grown woman will be married and will let somebody, like a friend or somebody, talk you out of marriage. I just don't understand, and I don't know why that is happening. That's why I said, you are married for a reason. The two have become one. I say everything, like, to my husband. I don't hide anything. Even if I don't like it, I'm going to have to say it, because even if it's a thinking, you know, I'm thinking about this and is that wrong? There's a reason why God put you two together. There's a reason why you are in marriage. So learn, read books, educate yourself. The Bible is there. Read books, educate yourself. Find a Proverbs 31 woman, learn from them, so that like Stephen always say, and I know people are always watching. Believe it or not, people are always watching you, no matter what. So let your light shine. Be a positive influence. The one I'm reading is Free of Me, by Sharon, I don't know, Miller, Miller. So that's the one I'm going to start reading with Stephen. He has 2 copies, so we have to read it together, like really. So, but the one I read and I really got so much from it was this book, A Woman After God's Own Heart, by Elizabeth George. So I don't know, this was like a really great book. Like, let me put it that way. It was a really great book. Let me put it that way. And I learned a lot from it. It opened my eyes. You always don't know it all. So don't. Okay, I'll post it another. I think Steven is even posting it online. We don't know it all. So we have to be willing to learn. If the Bible has said, study to show yourself approved. So you have to learn. You have to, sometimes, I just, we will talk and then it's like, I want to voice my opinion, but I have to, it doesn't mean my opinion doesn't count to Stephen. It counts to him. But, you have to humble yourself. Even the Bible has said, pride goes before a fall. There's no point in okay. So there's no point in pride in marriage. I don't get it. Women, take care of your husband, take care of your children, know how to discipline your children. Whether I'm telling you, this is doable. It is possible. It is possible. Some women have done it. One of my in-laws' neighbor, she has they have 4 children. And those children are one of the most behaved. They are so well behaved. I asked them how. I know the kids are homeschooled, they don't watch TV, and I'm like, how do you do it? So people are there that can be positive influence to you. You have to learn. The disciples, they learn. You also have to allow yourself to learn. Don't be so stuck up. That's what is wrong with some people. We will not do our own research. We will not pray. A lot of people see everything around them, even if it's positive influence and it's helping them, as sin. Okay, I don't want to do this. This person is representing this way, or she's dressed this way. Take the wisdom. They might be saying 1 or 2 things that apply to you. Take that wisdom from it. Take that wisdom from it. Learn from it. I thank God for the patience He's giving Stephen, because I'm good, Sylvia, because I don't know how many men would have been, could be able to deal with the things in the beginning, I did not, because I came here when I was still young. I didn't get the chance to live with my mother. But then I was willing to learn. I was very, very willing to learn. So my mom would speak to me over the phone. I see my mother-in-law, the way she lived her life, positive women, because I wanted to work. I want my marriage to work. The grass is not always greener at the other side. Some women have this mentality that if I leave him, there's a better man out there for me. If I leave him, I'm not saying I'm not talking about abusive marriage or I do miss living in Ghana. Yes, who doesn't love Ghana? I miss living in Ghana. But the grass is not always greener. Some women will have great men and they will just walk out just because they will think the man is so timid, and they want guys that are rough, and with the background that I'm coming from, Stephen and I opposite. I was tough, rough, and all that. And then you meet this person that it's even to have him open his mouth to say something, it takes a lot for him to talk. And me, that I'm so it's taking a lot. And he's totally, God has used him, to teach me a lot of things, and I am willing to learn more. So, and he's a blessing. I wouldn't say, Stevie's food is WAAKYE. Stevie's favorite. He actually had WAAKYE not too long ago. So I would not say, let me just focus on the talking because I get distracted. So yes, I wouldn't want to say, he's not my type. And actually when I met him, that's what I said. I was like, this is not what I prayed for. I prayed for his, and actually I did pray. I did get on my knees. I'm like, God, the relationship I came out from, please. This time, yes, I want to maintain the 6-pack, thing. So just give me a 6-pack, a TikTok, a dark, and some Ghanaian guy, and you and I will not, you and I will be fine. And that's what I prayed for. But the same word of God says, a man plants his ways, but the Lord establishes his path. I wanted that, but that's not, God knew that that's not what I needed. So he brought me somebody that I could learn, that I could be humble, so that I could be a source of encouragement to others. I don't know if you understand me. So stop looking at, he's too timid for me. If I had stood, God really loves me. If I had stood my ground and said Stephen is too timid and he's not, I would have lost, a rare gem. I would have lost him if I was so focused on, yes, I was bent on getting a sister. Yes, I was bent on getting someone that was loud and bubbly and all that. So, but I would have lost out because he and I opposite. And besides, I said, God, people ask me like, why did you plan to marry a white guy? I was like, it was never in my dream. Never did I dream about it. Never did I dream about it that I will even know. I was like, I'll marry my Ghana person, because, I want to live in Ghana someday and all that. I still have the chance to. But then he brought this person, and then even the medium where we met, I'm like, we met online, and I'm like, who find? Because when I tell people I met him online, like really, like who finds? I know he will also have his own that he can add that. She's a great woman and all that, but I don't like praise myself. So I tried to look. I said, God, what is in this man that I really need to look to? You see, when I was back then, the men, they might be nice looking at six pack, but they don't treat you right. I mean, I'm not saying all of them, but he didn't treat me right. He disrespected me. He cheated. He did not appreciate me. He did not appreciate the woman in me. And then you have a man that respects you, worships the very ground you walk on. And you want to say because he's too quiet, he's too timid, because he's not as rough as Bob was, you're not going to be with him. So I was like, God, I took it and I'm like, let me put it in my pocket. This is, so I know he's like, oh, that is like, I'll buy you ice cream. I am on a diet, no donut. I'm still blaming you for yesterday. So that is what I'm saying. Don't judge the book by its cover. I could have judged Stephen, like, this was a dude that on his first day, like, he was dressed like he was dressed for the office. He dressed as if he was going to the office. I said, hey, he was in trouble, an African woman. So I was like, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. He's tucked in. I remember our first date was on a Sunday too. I was like, this is not going to work. Like, who comes on a date dressed like he's going to the office? And he was so disciplined and all that. I'm like, no, this is not me. I just need somebody that, it's like me. But like someone said, opposite attract. But then his humility just, I was like, okay, I sold out. So that is the thing. Do not be so blinded by things that you are used to. Allow God to take you out of your comfort zone, because when he takes you out of that comfort zone, he's taking you to a better place. He's giving you something better. He knows what is best for you. I would have said, let me stay in my comfort zone. And in fact, I stood my ground. Would it have been different if it was an African man? I'm not saying because there's the color of his skin. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that even if it was an African man and he treated me, overlooked the skin color, but if his character was as Stephen and all that, and if that was what God had for me, I would have accepted it. I would have accepted it. So what I'm saying is, overlooked skin color is nothing. It's nothing. So it is what is inside the person's heart. And we know we women, we want to be respected. The respect, the way he treats his mother and all that. So that is, because if it was a skin color, I would have said no. If it was skin color alone, I would have said a big like heck no to no. But it's just what God had in store for me, and so thank you. Personality matters. It's so funny when I met Stephen. I'm like, I didn't know you into all this personality things, so he brought me a book to read. I mean, he got me into reading because I was like, after I'm like, no, I don't want to read. So, and he made me at that time we met at Christian Mingle, and then they had a personality test before. He's my husband, so why would we have kids? He's my husband. So he made me take a personality test. So that is when I came to know about the different kinds of personality that there is. And now with him, even being with him, I think he should do a video also saying his side of, everything. But I have seen also how God has, he's grown in God, how God has really been transforming him. Why did I choose to go online? This is okay, so my relationship before Stevie did not end really well. So I didn't actually go online. My sister was the one that was like, you should go out there. I mean, just to get over things, you know. And this was a Ghanaian person that I dated for 4 years, 4 years. So my sister was the one that even registered, paid with her money on Christian Mingle for me. And I just wanted to go out there, just have fun, nothing serious, like nothing. I didn't have like nothing serious. I was not one of those people that believe that you can find love online. I was never those person. So, but then it happened as God intended it. So yes, that is. I think we did a video, but we can do a more. What do we love about everything? There's one thing I don't like about Steven. Pick your boxers from the bathroom floor. Not just. Yeah. We work together well. If there's anything. What is my favorite food, girl? All Ghana food is my favorite food. All Ghana food. All Ghana food is my favorite food because I mean I like Ghana. I like banku, fufu, tuo, zafi, or mutuo, all of it. So yes, and both of us we've been praying. The Lord has been working on both of us. He has changed his sense of style. He will always say, you know, ever since he met me, his sense of style, the way he dresses has changed because I personally will go shopping for him because I'll be like, I will tell him, I'm like, I don't know why you white people dress like this. You buy the most expensive thing, but it's the most ugliest thing in the store. Like, I was rude like that. But then I took a responsibility of shopping for him. So that is the thing. So if there's something, help him, you know, help him. And he will help you and communicate open. One, I'm just going to be blunt as ever. One of our greatest struggles with finances, like, because, you know, I was raised by a woman with an iron fist, and, you know, so I'm very always like, I want my finances in check, in place. And then his finances was like all over the place. So it was something that we argued, you know, a lot about. But now we've really improved. The Lord has been working on that. So that was one of the things, you know. It's very difficult when your father is a financial advisor and you don't take his advice. So don't do that. What did he previously think of Africa? When I met him, I was like, do you want to marry me? Like, I'm like, you realize? And Stephen did not look color. He even told me, he said, I remember, I don't know if you remember, he told me, he said his mentor is married to an African-American woman, and she's a great woman. That is what he told me. He said one of his mentors, and that was Tad and Michelle Sidon. So he told me, he said one of his mentors, because I mean, I was like, this date, I chose a horrible place for our first date. I was just talking about things irrelevant. I'm like, I was even late. I was hoping that by the time I get there, he would be gone, because that was how uninterested I was. I'm like, has he? No, he's never dated any African woman before. Actually, never dated. Sorry, I'm putting your stuff out there. So, yes. So that is it. Dated for 3 years, and then he finally proposed on a cruise. He took me on a cruise just because he wants to propose. I'm like, that's that. Like, but I enjoyed it. That was my first cruise. I didn't say because you're related. Were you worried about entering into a new one? Did you have any fears, any? I don't know, because with the first one, I didn't know what, like, you know, what I did wrong. You know, sometimes when somebody ends things and you're like, what did I do wrong? When you know you're a hardworking woman, I was doing the cooking, cleaning, doing everything that African women should do. It's like you're in a marriage, but it's a relationship. I don't know why sometimes African men like to take their time. It's not all of them. But then, I don't know, but now I look back and I see that it was not meant to be, that God had better things in store for me. So that is why what happened, so that it will push me out of my comfort zone. Because that was my comfort zone, and God needed me to get out of my comfort zone in order to meet Boaz. So, that's so funny. So, God had to push me out of my comfort zone to meet my Boaz. So that was how it happened. That is how it happened. Yeah. So yes. Laughing at, yes. Yeah. I had to meet my Boaz. Babe, what do you love about me? Why don't you come sit next to me and then they can answer questions?
I'm not interviewing right now.
Yeah, okay, so what do you like about me? At least they can hear you.
I love everything you do for me.
Oh, he loves everything that I do for him. Okay.
And your beautiful skin.
And my beautiful skin. And stop tapping my ass when we're in public. I'm saying that on camera for the record. What do I think of divorce? Yeah, seriously. Like, I mean, what do I think of divorce? Like,
what is that?
What do I think of divorce? The thing is, like,
does not compute.
What?
Does not compute.
I'm not from a broken home. He's not from a broken home as well. So, like I said, before you even get married, nobody wants to go into a marriage and then in the end it's a divorce. So I am saying I'm not going to get married if I'm going to go into a divorce and so. And I know that people don't plan, but that is why you have to work. That is why you have to work.
Really work.
Yeah. You know, that is why you have to work on your marriage. You know, like I said, nobody wants to get married and then the marriage goes, but people will just, stop caring about each other. Kids will come in, they will drop it, it will be about the kids, forgetting that the kids will grow up and leave the house. So, excuse me. So that is why divorce is not on the table. So, if it's a real thing that is happening, but I believe that, you should work on it. You should be working, doing things to keep you in love, because love is always, like they will say, love is always not enough. Like, okay, I love you, yeah. And then you can be in the marriage and then you can talk to him anyhow, he can talk to you anyhow. That will even though the love is there, that will even drive you to be torn apart. So you have to work on your character. You want to grow. That is the thing in marriage. Grow, evolve. So that is our thing. We've been involved in, and we still do. So yeah. So they want me to tell you, stop trying to pay my. Thank you. Do we face as interracial couple? Sometimes people look at us like, yeah. I mean,
I don't look.
I don't really listen, but then I feel like they get the notion like, oh, you see your boyfriend, especially like, I don't hardly wear my ring, and they'll be like, are you dating? Are you married? And I don't know, but yeah, but we don't really get much of that, and I really don't even pay attention to what outsiders say. I love him, he loves me, we're married, so yay. Except when he's never mind. So yeah, spend time. Like Stephen would say, it's us time. When I'm home, it's me time. When he's not with me, it's me time. But when he gets home and the two of us are under this roof, it's us time.
We time.
We time?
Or us time.
Us time, we time, like Stephen would say. Because sometimes I'll be like, I want to read, I want to be by myself. And he will look at me and say, woman, no, it's we time. That's his parent. Oh yeah. I can get his dad to do a video. I'm not an Adventist. No, I'm not an Adventist. Yeah, his parents very much. They also don't look at skin color or you're great. That's the if you love my son loves you, because before he even asked me to marry him, he discussed it with his parents, and his mom knew the whole time, because I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I'm about to go to Ghana. I think that was when my sister was about to get married. I was about to go to Ghana, I think, when in November, and then in October we went on a cruise. Was it in October?
It was November.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm about to go to Ghana in a few weeks. Why go on a cruise? And the mother knew this all along. They planned it. He got a ring. She did not say, and I'm very close with her. She did not say a word, And then, for some reason, I suspected that he was going to propose. But then on the day that I was expecting that he's going to propose and he didn't propose, I got pissed off. Oh, girl lost it. This girl lost. I was like, what? I just have blabbing. You're wasting my time and all. So I'm like, so when I finally got the ring, I was really embarrassed. When I got the ring, I was really embarrassed. I was like, you brought me here, so you did. We were together for 3 years before we got married. So then he proposed on the cruise. We're doing a photo shoot, and they were like, "Oh, you should do this style." I turn around, and then Stephen is on his knees with a ring. I'm like, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, get up, just get up. I was like, everybody was looking. And then afterwards, we got in the elevator. I don't know if we're going to our room, and then they were like, "Oh, congrats!" People were like, "Congratulations!" Like, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, if you're going to propose, just do it in a room, in a house. Don't do it outside. But he got me real good. You're gonna be real good on that cruise. So yes, and we've been. Yeah, I think we should do. Would you? Oh, it's like my stomach was so big. Don't show them that picture. Stevie wants to like show like this. Down there. Stop it. Stop. He wants to show you guys like a picture that was like on the cruise. We were just, I don't know if you guys have been on a cruise, but they do photo shoots on cruises. So that was where he got me and he proposed. So if you guys want to see a video, if you want Steven and I to do a video about like our proposal, we can do a video about that, even with pictures. My stomach was like, if you want to go on a cruise, yes, do it, but make sure you lose weight. So beforehand, because I ate so much and my stomach was like, oh, you should have told me. I would have put on a corset or something to look good in why you're proposing to me. So that is how we met, and that is marriage. And I am learning day by day. I am willing to learn. I am willing to grow to make my marriage work. And I hope you are the same. And like I said, if you are single, you are not married yet, this is the time to develop yourself. This is the time to work on yourself. This is the time to allow God to work on you, so that by the time you get married, you'll be a great wife. The idea is to be the greatest, but good, better, best. Good, better, best. So you go from one stage to the other, from one step to another. So that is a video for today, because I have a ton of babe, like back off, like back off, seriously. So that is Lebu. He don't want to show his face right now. He went to play tennis. You mind going to take a shower, sir? I don't even understand that word. Yasmin, I don't. You don't have to be afraid of marriage. See, that's the thing, because a lot of people are seeing what is happening in the world and they want nothing to do with, but there are still good men out there. There are still good women. They are still God-fearing. It's just that the negative ones are so celebrated, and and they're passing their energy on, and some of them are even developing into groups on how, doing things for wives to even be rebellious. That's what I'm saying, unfollow them on social media. Unfollow them if they are not these people are busy building their marriage, trying to make it work. And they will come on social media and look like they are all tough, like my man don't walk on me or walk over me. I'm telling you, do not build your marriage on social media. Otherwise, it will only last like the Kardashian first marriage. I don't know, but yes. So there are good men out there. So I pray that God leads you to your Boaz. You think your husband might not like your shit, girl? Don't even get me started on that. If a man loves you, he loves you. He does not. He's not going to look at your shape. Because when my husband met me, I had gained weight because I had just gotten out of a bad relationship, and eating was my comfort. Eating was my comfort, but he can remember how I worked hard and I lost the weight. When you have the right person, they will give you that emotional, physical support you need to develop into that woman that God has created you to be. Do not let anybody stand on your path of, being happy. That's the thing. If someone is taking your shape into consideration, your career into consideration, like every little thing, they're so petty. That person is not for you. That person is not for you. If you are with me at my worst, you certainly deserve me at my greatest. But if you don't want to be with me at my worst point, you don't deserve me when I'm at my greatest point. No, you don't deserve me. And that is why I always thank God for my husband, because I was like I was at the lowest, bottom. Like I had hit rock bottom, and then like he was there. He made me know that he was there. He made me realize. He made me understand that he was there. He walked with me and all that. Teach me and all that. So that's why I'm like, now you deserve all of me, yay! So yeah, that's it. Stephen keeps giving me water. I don't know why. Why do you keep giving me water?
You sound like your throat's dry.
My throat is not dry. So yes, guys, if yes, Sister Rachel, you can call me on the phone if you need more. What cultural background would I introduce? Let's be clear about this. The man I married to is an African man with a different skin color. That is because a man that will fight with me over Ghana food, you will ask him, I'll ask him, honey, what should I make? He'll tell you spinach. It's been a long time you made peanut butter soup. Palm nut soup. He'll even tell you the kind of meat you should use to make palm nut soup for him.
Lamb.
He likes lamb. So this one, love you bowl. This one is Afro. The way he eats, you should have seen the way he ate WAAKYE here this afternoon. So me, I've been telling myself, I told myself, you deceived me, you told me you're an American, you know you're white and all that, but this one I'm seeing, you are from South Africa or Nigeria. so that's him. So yeah, we do have our African culture. We eat African food in this house. That is basically, it's only once in a while I cook spaghetti, but mostly it's just Ghana food that we eat at home, and Stephen eats it so well, as if he grew up with me in Ghana. Maybe he was my neighbor in Ghana and I didn't know. So, do I crave sex with other sorry, I don't mean to ill your question, but no, I don't crave sex with other men. No, he's more than enough for me. Like all this, no, he's more than enough. So I don't do that. I love my husband. So yes. All right, my lovely StellaZone subscribers, please subscribe, share this channel with others. Let's get to the 100,000 subscriber base. Okay, if you love, support this channel. There has to be some positive out there, and let us be that positive and that change. Do you guys, Steven, like seriously? What is your problem?
I'm just ready.
Ready for what?
Yeah, when you want to close.
Do I have an appointment with you, sir?
I can make one.
We're on camera. We are like, I don't even know what's with Stevie. Like some things he will say in public. Like the other day he said something as Cheesecake Factory of all places, and I was like I was like, oh my, do you mind people around? You don't need to be loud about certain business that needs to be discussed in the bedroom. You don't need to bring it out. So but that's part of the fun, That's how we have fun. Yes, he eats pepper. All right, guys. So thank you for Stephen is like trying to. It's like me time right now. It's like us time. So I'm going to try and. What do you want again, sir? Excuse me. What can I help you with? What? Don't do sign language. Speak so they will do. Because most of them are saying I talk a lot and you don't talk. If only I can place a hidden camera in our room for them to see how you talk.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a blessed Saturday evening. Until I come your way again, please subscribe. Hit that bell, that little bell icon. Hit that little bell so that whenever I'm live, you will get a notification so that you are not late to the live videos that I do. And also look in the description box for the links for this book. All right. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.